Hi everyone, so today we're filming a Dolly Transformations video. It's been a while. We have a really large lot of Lil Angelz, as you could tell by the title. So we have this big bag and then this Christmas sack. We weren't expecting to find anything at the flea market today because it was just a really gloomy day, but Colleen wanted to go, so we went. And we were just about to leave. We were like on the last two aisles of the flea market, and I spotted a Bratz Lil Angelz doll, and then we noticed there was like a little house thing with some of them on there, and then the guy said he had a box of them. Now this is like way more than we would normally pay. We've only ever bought, like at the flea market, 2 other lots that were even close to this expensive. Most of the time when we buy dolls in bulk, like not box dolls but loose dolls, we pay like less than $30 for a huge group of them. But when we bought 60s Barbies in a case with like a bunch of really nice clothes, and they even had the pamphlets and stuff that went with them, we paid like $60. And then that same year we found the Flashback Fever Bratz bus that had like a group of mostly complete Bratz dolls, and that was about $75. So all of this was $75. The guy would not like negotiate.
And this was negotiating.
Yeah.
This was the best we could do.
So it is way more than I would usually pay, but I have been collecting Bratz dolls again for 9 years now, and I have in that time only amassed, what?
9
Lil Angelz, and 3 of them I found at the store at like Rite Aid, so I haven't really found that many like used. So I was really excited. So I'm gonna turn the camera so you guys can kind of see as we go through this stuff. There are a few random bits and bobs that were part of the loose box of dolls, and they're in these bags because he wanted to keep the container they were in. In this big Christmas sack, there's not as much in here. There's this really big,
oh my god.
It's the castle. Who did it come with? I can't remember the name of the doll off the top of my head that came in this, but this is like a real play set. That could actually fit next to my LOL house, I bet.
Let me try.
Oh
yeah.
Sweet. Move over for a second. It fits next to my LOL house. Okay. And then this was the box doll. He was selling her for $10 by herself. This is Cubby's Roxy? Yes.
Oh my god, I love her.
Oh, it goes to the Dreamy Castle. It's part of that.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
This is Heavenly Hair Dana. I know this doll off the top of my head.
Oh my god,
I'm pretty sure she was the only one in this series with rooted hair. And then we got this bag of Bratz clothes, maybe? I haven't gone through it.
I didn't even see this.
There's this blister pack.
These look like, you know those pants I got? Feel them. These look real to me.
Yeah.
I have some like that.
Oh, this is one of the
Kathy.
insect dolls, I think.
Oh,
and then,
oh my god.
there's a Barbie shoe. There's this pamphlet.
There's a whole bunch of pamphlets.
This is going to be great for a backdrop.
Oh, look, these are real.
Oh, yeah.
They're really cool.
And there's this piece.
Let's see, so Barbie clothes. Is this
a pet?
This kind of looks like Superstar Ken's jacket.
No, Rockers Ken. Remember, ours is all like discolored? So the way he broke it down was the stuff I pulled out of that bag, like this big castle and those few dolls. He was selling this for $20, but he let us have it for $15 because the big box of dolls that's all in here, this was $50. He wouldn't like negotiate because he was trying to sell everything for like $1 each. And when I saw all their pets, that's why I bought the whole bin. Let's just dump it out.
Holy crap. Oh look, someone had a list here.
Yeah. So there's this very poor ratchet looking Hollywood hair Barbie. Oh, she looks different than mine. Doesn't she look kind of different than mine?
Yeah, a bit.
Is this my mermaid Chloe? I think it is.
I think it is, yeah. Maybe.
Smell her.
Oh, she's stinky.
Yeah, she stinks. Who's this? Oh, she's one I don't have. She looks just like one of my dolls, but has the lighter earrings, remember?
Oh, yeah.
I think this is her outfit. Part of her outfit.
Oh, maybe.
Now, this is real. I used to dress my ballerina car in this all the time. This is old. I have this. Ooh, another astronaut Barbie outfit. That's probably what those boots go to. These ones! I'm pretty sure these are hers. Wait, don't we need one of these?
I think so.
Is this Skipper or
it's not Skipper's.
Ooh, Mrs. Hart.
Ooh.
Might be nicer than one of the ones mine's wearing. You know that we like Lil Angelz.
Oh, I think this is the other shoe.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's different color.
If I didn't scour through the bag of doll clothes,
especially because I knew at least one thing was 80s because I saw that dress that Shelly had one like on Cara for a long time.
They wrote the names. These are all their cards, so this tells us who they are.
Oh, that's helpful. And we got all these pets in boxes.
So they must have come with cards, some of these. You can see they're real Lil Angelz cards, and must have been how the person chose to keep track of them. So that's really going to help, because I don't have to, I will double check. Whoever had these, look, they kept, legit track of it. This is, the kind of insanity that me and you would...
There's a lot of doll food, there's ice cream.
They even saved some of these. This would be great for, a backdrop. These are all of the, I think these went to the pet shop surprise dolls. Wow. See how they're all still sealed? This is why I didn't want to part them out. That's why we buy a lot of bins, not just for extra clothes, but when you see dolls that you don't usually have access to, and then you find that they have a bunch of their accessories.
How many of those adopt surprise pets do you have? So let's see, there's...
Look, and then there's this other bubble pack.
$31 pets.
I love this one. I think these ones came with Dana. See how they have the real hair?
Yes. There's 31 animals.
Okay, so then Chloe's babies. We got a Bratz baby, 2 Barbies that are salvageable, 23 Lil Angelz, 24 with the one that's boxed. So I have 24 Lil Angelz now, in addition to the ones that I already had. We got another baby doll. So that's not bad, because if you think about it, right, at $2 each, you put their pets. So, yeah, so I figured this would be the case because he was charging $1 for every little thing, and then there was a few bags of clothes that he wanted $5 each for. So, in my head, part of why I was I know 50 sounds like a lot is because I knew these dolls were probably complete, and I was pulling them out, and I was originally just going to buy the dolls separately, but when I started pulling more and more up, I figured there's probably 15 to 20. I actually underestimated by quite a few dolls. So yeah, $2 each, that's $50 for, just about, because there's 23
and ones. We got all this.
Plus her, plus 2 Barbies, and a huge pile of clothes. So this is a huge pile of clothes. Now, a lot of them are knockoff, but there's a lot of older clothes.
I'd say most of it's authentic.
Yep. And then there's Chloe over there. And then this is just the stuff that was in the box. I'm not counting the other stuff. This was the pile of little accessories. These are all the dolls. 23 of them. These are all the pets. Plus, I didn't know what these papers meant, but I grabbed them. This person kept some of their little cutouts, and they wrote down sticky face fun fair. She just came with food because that's why she's supposed to have food on her face. And then these are some of the furniture pieces.
Plus there's, I counted, I want to say 31 of these and 12 of these.
Actually, I think 2 or 3 a few of them were in there, but either way, I was pretty on base with how many were in there, plus all the pets. And those are the Barbies. This is very exciting. So I'm on our Google Drive here, and I always keep a list of all of the dolls that need bodies. Even if they're on the right body, I have this twist and turn doll I got on eBay. She has some pretty bad chewed toes, so I just kind of made a note. So when I get body donors like this doll, I can just kind of look at the list, and lo and behold, I found a Tropical Splash Barbie, one of my many, who needs this exact body. It's tan, it's Malaysia, it's got all the proper, leg articulation and stuff, and it's in really good shape. So now what we're doing is Colleen grouped all of the cards that this person had with the names into character piles, and I'm kind of looking at these pamphlets because you can see they checked them off. And Colleen's in my catalog. I made like a whole book on these dolls for myself, and because they're super hard to track pictures down of online. So basically I'm piecing things together and handing them to her to double check, and then I have my handy dandy clipboard here, and I'm writing down who we confirm, their date, anything like that they're missing. So I've written a list of all of the dolls we got, and what was really handy is because this person wrote down the names and numbers, it helped because we didn't have to spend time sifting and comparing. We could look up and figure out which doll matched the sticky note. So what we've done is we've grouped all of the dolls with their accessories, and we're going to photograph everything as we undress the dolls and get ready for their baths, because that way we can keep it all sorted. And I realized I did have a duplicate, so I didn't really need to buy the box doll because there was a Roxy in there. But that's okay, because I'm totally happy with having two of them. So yeah, we're going to break for lunch, and then we're going to start photographing and logging them into our inventory.
Did you explain about the pet shop surprise boxes?
Oh, yeah, and so this person was really thorough. They kept all the pets in the boxes, and they put the name of the doll and the numbers of the pets.
And they even jammed in, like, the little accessories that go with it.
Yeah, they made this so much easier because if you guys know anything about Little Angels, they're really difficult to find pictures of online. And especially the more obsolete ones that, like, don't have special line names, like they're just Chloe, number 107. And we did realize there is one doll missing, who, it's Valentine Chloe. These are her pets. And it's weird because Yasmin is missing her skunk, but we have both of Chloe's pets.
We're missing the Chloe doll, Yaz's skunk, and then someone else's teddy bear. One of the Sleepy Time sets, that's it.
So we were doing the calculations out. So like I said, we got all of this for $75. You know, like the big play set and the box doll and all of the extra Barbie stuff. So if you do the math, there was 24 dolls, like 24 Little Angels at $75. That's about $3 each, and I mean that would be counting her as a $3 each one and that big play set. So I mean that's not really bad. Like,
and we got all this Barbie stuff.
Yeah, and two dolls who both have clothes on, so that's not really bad. Like if you do the math out, like when I got my first very large lot of Bratz dolls from Craigslist, they were $100 for about 70 dolls, and so they weren't as nice as these by a long shot. So the Barbie wearing the crazy outfit, as I suspected, so I did a lot of research on this Flower Fun Barbie when I got her a few years ago, and she has the same exact facial screening but darker pink earrings. And I had written in my notes section here on my headshot who she was just like, minus the jewelry, and so I knew I could just go to this picture and figure it out, and then lo and behold, there she is.
And so I realized, Shelly saw the purse, I realized that we had mules and the insides of them were pink, and I'm like, but this looks like acrylic, because it's very lumpy. You can see there's pink underneath the gold. These are her shoes, these are her sunglasses, they've just been, someone painted over them too, and these sneakers have also been painted over, so we're going to fix them.
So we reprinted our Little Angels inventory because before it was like that short and my big babies were included. They're still included over here, but we have all of the Little Angels undressed, and what we did is we went through each of the little like piles we made and we photographed the doll's outfit. We'd like undress the doll, put her accessories down, photograph it together, even if I decide to reshoot the photos after because some of these pets are dirty. That way we don't have to like go through and double check again. So that's why you didn't get any shots of us undressing the dolls, because as we did it, we just kind of put the clothes in there and put the pieces in here. And all that's left is Barbie needs to be undressed. Roxy needs to be deboxed. So I'm gonna free Roxy from her box. Ugh, I know you think I'm crazy for saying this, but these stink. Oh, they need to be washed. Oh, Colleen, it's tragic. Smell.
Ooh.
It's terrible.
Foxy Roxy.
Okay, these dolls smelled so nasty. Not only am I giving them baths, but I also put them in super hot water, baking soda, and dish soap. Their accessories, which are out of frame, are also soaking with baking soda and dish soap. And we washed their clothes with vinegar because they just smell weird. I can't detect what that smell is either, which is, I think, the most disturbing part about it.
I think it's just like, you know, sometimes, you know, you said it smells kind of like wet laundry.
Yeah.
I think sometimes if something's stored in an area and then closed in, it gets this like...
Sour smell.
Yeah, that's all I think it is.
It's disgusting. We're diseased.
Chose not to film a lot of the cleaning process because it's the same as usual: baking soda, dish soap, scrubbing them, and then washing the doll's hair with dish soap and conditioning and detangling. But most of them were literally just little figurines who didn't even need their hair washed.
Can you imagine if you didn't buy the LOL house?
Oh god.
We'd have all these and a whole bunch of LOLs without a home.
So Colleen is soaking the pieces that we saw that were painted, and you can see that the rubbing alcohol, the isopropyl alcohol, is already removing some of the paint.
This one here I scrubbed with baking soda and it took most of it off.
So there aren't that many to boil wash.
Chloe and Hollywood Hair Barbie got several boil washes because they had really thick, long saran hair. But Dana, I ended up needing to flat iron because her frizziness was just too gross to keep curly, which had been my original intent.
So we've rinsed and hung up all the clothes. I put what I think are the clone clothes and then the Baby Alive clothes down here. And then some of the pants that can kind of drape on that bar. Then these are all like the authentic Barbie clothes, or like things to dolls that I have. And these are all Little Angel's clothes. It's really cute seeing them all in those teeny tiny hangers. And then these are some of the other like pants and things that need to hang up on one of the wire hangers. And then on the bed we have all of the dolls drying and the big play set. And then here in the kitchen we have all of the plastic things that soaked. I did individually scrub each pet with baking soda and soap. Normally I wouldn't, but some of them were like pretty dirty for some reason. I think it wasn't so much dirt, but like paint transfer that kind of rubbed and makes it look dirty.
We managed to get most of the paint off by rubbing the isopropyl alcohol over the painted things, but these astronaut Barbie boots had a lot of details, and I didn't want to waste a million Q-tips, and they weren't really pointy enough to get into the small spaces, so I found using a toothpick to gently scrape off the paint worked really effectively. So if you're dealing with acrylic painted doll items, you can take it off with isopropyl alcohol and something to scrape like a toothpick. Just be careful not to scratch the plastic. The kid who owned these dolls at some point really liked to modify their clothing. They had fashion jeans, Barbie, and Ken pants that they sewed these really weird looking patches to. So I removed them and I was able to stitch them back together. Now I already have like several pairs of fashion jean Barbie pants. All of my dolls are clothed, and I think I even have a spare set, but I just don't like wasting things, and even though they won't look perfect after, I just knew that they would have some life left to give. And we didn't have Ken's pants. The only problem was that the stitching that was used as decor down the seams, the double white stitching, got interrupted because they obviously had to pull out some of the threads to add in the ugly patches, but I'm glad I was able to save these.
So some of these things obviously needed a lot of work. These are the boots. After all the paint was removed, I scrubbed them with baking soda and dish soap afterwards just to kind of clean them up. And these are the fashion jeans pants that had all of those patches added. Barbie's came out better than Ken's just because Ken's are supposed to have these white stitches running down, but obviously those were removed by the previous owner when they added in. So we've obviously cleaned the clothes and they're all dry now. There were some new pieces to things we didn't have, like this Wet n Wild fashion pack, this Rockers fashion pack shirt, these gem tights, fashion jeans, Ken's jeans that I showed you in the previous clip, this entire Sporting Life fashion, even had the Frisbee and shoes, and then this Fashion Finds one. Of these we already have pieces too, so we brought up my two Mrs. Hart dolls to see if this was nicer. It looks nicer than hers. we also have shorts for Malibu Ken. We're not really sure what release he was because it's the same doll as far as I know, but we've been calling him the older dude because that's usually what we default to unless there's, you know, an obviously more common variant. And then Rocker Ken here, he got a nice jacket. This one is losing all of its silver. So Rocker's Ken got his a nice shiny new looking jacket. And then now 2 of my 4 sensational Malibu Barbies have their swimsuits. So this is the one I got in this lot. And then Malibu Ken obviously in his shorts. So it's interesting how my new lady here looks so much different than my other 2, all because of a country make variation. I'm not sure if it was consistent between the deluxe like gift set dolls and the separately sold, because she was separately sold. From what I can tell, she doesn't have any of the extras, whereas I got Miss Tiffany in the middle here boxed as a kid, and this doll Tanya, I got her with this extra outfit that was only sold in the deluxe gift set, which would lead me to believe that she's the deluxe gift set variation. It's very interesting. I love variations on Barbie.
So we brought the Little Angels into the living room while we were watching some TV. Well, TV on DVD one night. And we were basically, I put the dolls with their outfits at some point. I had to double check. There was a lot of new dolls, and they're pretty generic looking. So you'll see I have my Chromebook out, and I'm like double checking. And then I decided it would be easier just to lay the outfit on top of the doll and then go through and dress everybody after. So this took a little while. They're not the easiest things to dress because of their strange body molds. So I flat ironed Dana off camera because the lighting was pretty bad in the living room at this hour of the night. And originally, like I said, I wanted to keep it curly, and usually nylon hair, if it's curly, looks better after a boil wash, but I don't know, hers just wasn't having it. So I flat ironed her and her unicorns, and then I styled their hair. I also trimmed off a little bit of the ends because that helps after you do nylon hair, and I even added a ribbon around the bun I gave Dana because I thought it would accent her outfit nicely and make her look a little bit like cuter.
So we finished dressing the dolls, but when I went to move this Chloe's legs, I was actually trying to get her to straighten out. I guess the way I was holding her head, it caused her neck peg to snap. It was very difficult getting this out of her head. Luckily, you can see her head is still super squishy. They usually have pretty hard heads. So I was able to get in there with these pliers. However, if you're ever having a problem getting the articulation out of a head, what I did is I shake it down so you can hear it right by the neck hole, and then if you squeeze the head so you can hold it this way and pull it out, that way you're holding it, you're preventing it from sliding back to this part of the head, because gravity's going to want to pull it there. So if you're holding it, and that way you can kind of press it, squeeze it into place, and you'll be able to work it out. And the head should be really soft for that. I need to glue her now so that she can be reassembled sometime tomorrow. So I find that this epoxy glue is usually the best thing to use for these kinds of repairs. It's a little bit stronger than just regular super glue, and I'm gonna love regular super glue. You just have to make sure it's equal parts. Because if you do like that, it won't ever dry. So I put Chloe back together. I let the glue dry extra long because it takes about 24 hours for the epoxy glue to fully cure, and I didn't want to chance it, and since I was really busy yesterday and stuff, I thought it wasn't a big deal to wait a little extra longer. As you could see when I was repairing it, the barb is really large, so once I softened her head up, I put one side of the barb in her head and then kind of shifted her whole head over. So if you're trying to rebody a doll, or fix a broken doll that has a large barb like that, instead of trying to just shove the head over and potentially break the joint you just fixed, work it around one side. That's how I actually get them off too. When there's prongs on the neck joints, I kind of shift it off one side. I've learned from much experience and cracking some necks that that's the best way to go about it. So I'm currently working on some more Little Angelz research. I'm writing some line info down for the Little Angelz that have lines. Obviously, like these ones here that are just randomly numbered aren't really part of a line, but like Sticky Face, Fun, Fair, Pet Shop, Surprise. And I'm a little extra, so when I was doing all of my Little Angelz research, I used to take this with me to visit my dad in like the hospitals and stuff 8 years ago. I have a legit chart that I made on Google spreadsheets, and basically I have like years of dolls and whether they're forever Little Angelz or Bratz Lil Angelz. I have like the line name, I have the number, I have like all of the pets listed out. You can see where I've filled in things over the years. I'm that extra. So Chloe's tail was weirdly sticky, and I'm not sure if it was because it's starting to decay and plasticizer's leaching out, or if it's just something that got on her that I didn't wash off properly in the bath. But I'm gonna take her out. She's been soaking for like more than 24 hours just because I forgot to take her out sooner. And this is just Leroy, my water jewel magical lad, and his head got sticky. I just have some shoes in there that I needed to clean. We obviously have all these little pieces, and I didn't previously have an organizer for any of my Little Angel stuff because I didn't have any pieces for them. So all of their big stuff I have a plan for, but their tiny stuff needed something safe, and I don't have room where I keep my kids and baby accessories. They're in a pretty small organizer. Downstairs in my doll room in the basement here, that's why it's dark, we need to put away these pets. So what I've decided to do is I showed it in an episode of Dolly Diaries. I had one of these like leftover plastic drawer sets for Barbie pets. I decided to use it for Barbie pets. I had it left over when I reorganized my craft room. I put those in with the baby clothes. And so I decided to keep it the pet theme, and we're just going to put my Bratz pets in here, including the Little Angelz pets. And then this tub over here, these are all my regular Bratz pets. You can see I have some of the flocked ones bagged because they always seem to get weird crud on them, despite the fact that nothing else in the drawer is dirty. So they're going to go in there. And then this little container, this goes in. I'll show you where it goes after, but it's in another set of drawers, and that's where all of their like beds and like, you know, little pieces of furniture go. Cool thing about having all the pets together in one drawer unit is that a lot of times we'll be just using animals arbitrarily for different photo shoots and stuff, and it's an easy way to remember, like, oh, there's Bratz pets. And so this is where I keep some of my Bratz accessories, and we're just going to pop this back where it was. But now you can also put this dog bath that came with the Pampered Pups dolls. So my old Tropical Splash Barbie finally got a body. She obviously was on a body and it looked right. It was the right skin tone and body mold, but it was a different country make. That's why I switched her to this new one. I've had her for 7 years now. I got her in 2013 in the quote paper bag lot, and she was on an articulated body. So she's been waiting for a long time to have the exact body she needs. And I also washed and boil washed her. These are the Crib Life Baby Alive twins. We have Serena and Sydney. They were included in the lot. Normally I would donate dolls of this size, but right now we can't really donate stuff, and they're super nice. I wouldn't want to throw them out. There's no need for that. I hate throwing out stuff that's salvageable. So they're just gonna live with us, and they're gonna hang out on my Cabbage Patch crib downstairs with my Disney toddler dolls. This was Mermaid Chloe before. I don't know why, but she's like really, really stinky. She's stinking up the whole room. I mean, a lot of this stuff has a bad odor, and it's really hard to describe, but it's not moldy. It's not like cigarette smoke. It's just weird. So this is her before. Obviously, she has, I don't even want to touch her. She's so gnarly. Some really tragic hair. And this is Mermaid's Chloe after. Now, her hair cleaned up pretty nicely. It's not as nice as my other mermaid's Chloe's hair, but that's because she has more. The front parts of her hair are actually longer, and you can see I gave her these kind of wacky hair accessories. I knew they had like mermaid themed buttons at Walmart, and I decided that I would buy a pack of them for Chloe, and I used ribbon to kind of tie them into her hair. No, it's like kind of tacky, but I like it. It's my taste. And these buttons are a really cute way to make quick hair accessories because you just tie some ribbon through the knot and then you wrap it around the hair wherever you want it, and it's just a little extra pizzazz. Finally, here Dana and her rooted pets. They're both unicorns.
My favorite animal. My favorite fictional animal.
They all have nylon hair, so I'm probably going to have to flat iron the ponies, but Dana's should reform the curls in the boil wash. This is Dana and her unicorns after, so I flat ironed them, gave them a little bit of a trim. And the reason I styled the unicorn's hair in these twists is just to keep it nice, because they're going to be in a drawer with my other pets, so I didn't want their hair getting trashed. And then I would have liked to have kept Dana's hair curly, but it just looked really haggard even after a boil wash, and it's just so much shinier and neater looking now, and so I put it in the spun and put a little bow. I think it's adorable. Poor Hollywood hair Barbie, I mean, look at that. Like, that's tragic. She looks a lot different than my other two because my other two are Malaysia? China, and she's an Indonesian, and I think that might have been because my other two were the deluxe versions that were sold at like clubs, like Sam's Club, I think, where she's the separately sold one, but that's her before. And this is Hollywood hair after. So her outfit's actually still in really nice shape. It's slightly nicer than the doll I got boxed as a kid. That makes sense because I played a lot with my childhood doll. And you can see how nice and shiny her hair is. I'm impressed that it doesn't have loads of split ends. Her bangs were a little bit troublesome, but after like 2 boil washes, they kind of laid flat against her face rather than stick straight up. I'm really glad that the Hollywood hair dolls I own have saran hair, because Kaneko hair this long is no fun. I have Chic Barbie wearing this really crazy outfit. Her hair is in need of some work. And this is Chic Barbie, all cleaned up. She wasn't too bad in the first place. I'm really excited that we had her whole outfit. It looks really good with her earrings. We actually have everything that goes to her. It's just been painted, so some of it will need to go out for further stain removal treatments. I did end up straightening her bangs. They were pretty nice, and I was originally going to keep them curly, but after washing her, one side was getting really fuzzy, and there was just no way to like salvage that side of her bangs, so I decided, you know what, I might as well just make it all straight. So this transformation video is a little bit different because obviously most of the little angels were just little plastic figures, so they didn't have true before and afters. There was no sense in going through 20-something dolls when you wouldn't see a visible difference. I'm going to show you where I put all of these dolls. If they look a little disheveled around here, it's because I'm going to start dusting them, and we decided to get all the photos we needed with my dolls on display out of the way before we started dusting.
I've been taking line foot, was in reshooting little thumbnails, and I've had a lot of the Bratz off display lately.
So they're a little bit disheveled. So my old dolls are all over here, except I moved Mermaid's Fiona and my other secret surprise doll into the playhouse because obviously the secret surprise dolls we wanted to keep together, and Mermaid's Fiona can't stand up. But we put the newbies, some of them, the Pet Shop surprise dolls on top here with my ponies. So we have Pet Shop surprise Leah, Jade, Megan, Fiona, Yasmin, or as I say Yasmin, and Chloe. I'm only missing Sasha from this set, and it was also marketed as Pet Store surprise. And then of course there's Mermaid's Chloe, who is right above my other Chloe. When I rearrange these shelves, I'll put them together. I'll stick one of them in the corner there where Bubble Butterfly Sasha is, and move Sasha over so you can see her better. And then this is the exciting part. This is the playhouse, which is right next to my LOL house and my Barbie house where my brats live. So in this little cubby here, it's not actually connected. It's the cubby that came with my box doll. I can't click it on over on this side, but these are my Sticky Face Fun Fair Yasmin and Chloe dolls. Then these are both the Cubbies Dreamy Dress Up Room Roxy's. I can tell them apart. The blurry faced one on the left is the loose one, and the crisp one on the right was the boxed one. Then we have Tea Room Krista. She was also from the Cubbies set. We have Secret Surprise number 677. Then we have Chloe number 107. And then in the high chair, that's Soraya number 58. I call my doll Soria, but I think it's pronounced Soraya. Then we have Valentine Yasmin in the elevator. We have Sleepy Time Maribel, Trinity, Krista, and Chloe, whose head got broken earlier, in the middle here. And then these are my old dolls. That's Mermaids Fiona and my other Secret Surprise doll who doesn't have her bunting thing to be wrapped in. Then we have Heavenly Hair Dana and Ballerinas Chloe. And then up here on the top we have Charlie, who goes with this playhouse. We have Krista number 183 and Fairy Tales Roxy. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video and seeing all of the dolls we got and some of their transformations. They will all be on my Flickr eventually. Some of them already are. So if you want to know more about these little angels and what they came with and what their numbers are and all of that, then you can check it out there. And until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.